way here, I couldn't help but wonder, how on earth did this happen? But then, I remembered. Ich liebe deutschen Fußball. I bought a shirt from every 24-25 Bundesliga club off DHgate. Well, kind of. Say what you want about fake football shirts. Actually, don't say what you want or I'll get a lecture off Kevin about the morals and ethics of DHgate. We know we shouldn't be contributing to this unknown, mysterious world, but, like pinching toilet roll from a hotel room, a lot of us still do it anyway. But I'm making this for experimental purposes, as not all of these shirts are fakes. You may have noticed there's a few clubs missing. Now that's another thing when you make purchases from the unknown. Are they even going to turn up? Over 6 weeks after putting in the initial order with DHgate, we're still missing Stuttgart, Freiburg, and what on earth is happening with Mainz over here? Strangely, DHgate has every single Bundesliga club besides Mainz. So, as I mentioned earlier, some of those shirts over there aren't fake. They're the real deal, authentic ones from the club itself. But that raises the question, right, why don't you just have Mainz as one of the real shirts? Well, I tried the website, out of stock. eBay, out of stock. Fanatics.com, they don't even stock bloody Mainz. Is there a conspiracy against this club? Well, stay tuned as we're going to do a follow-up video on the clubs we've missed today. Ladies and gents, can you spot which of these shirts are genuine, authentic, real deal shirts, and which are merely DHgate fakes? It's time to play the game. First up, we've got Dortmund. Whoa. 8-time Bundesliga champions, 1-time Champions League winner, 1-time European Cup Winners' Cup winner, 5-time DFB Pokal winners. They're a giant of German football. Borussia Dortmund, obviously I'm repping one right here, and we've got 3 over there. Now, the idea of the video was to only do 24-25 shirts, which might have confused you when I was wearing that Mainz shirt, because of course it's not the current Mainz shirt. You might have been thinking, well, why were you stressing about trying to get a Mainz shirt when you had one on? Yes, originally 24-25 shirts was the plan, but I thought as I've got a few, let's just introduce a few more shirts. And I want to say as well, guys, if you are an OG subscriber, you'll probably get this one correct, but there are more, including the one I'm wearing, there are more than one real shirt here, and there is more than one fake shirt here. So, which are the real shirts, and which are the fake shirts? Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out. Last year's Bundesliga Invincibles, they went from never Kusen to never losing. Bayer Leverkusen won the double last year and only lost 1 game all season, and as you know, it was in the Europa League final. Really unexpected. They had a fantastic season, as you know. They started a little bit iffy this season, but there we go. Bayer Leverkusen. Is this shirt real, ladies and gents? Or is it a fake? Based in Bavaria, geographically, FC Augsburg are very much in the shadows of Bayern Munich, but, as you know, as we're making this video, they're a Bundesliga club, and I think this shirt is beautiful, but it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what you think of the shirts. Is it real, ladies and gents, or is it a fake? Speaking of Bayern München, 33 German titles, with 11 of those coming in a row in recent years. 20 DFB Pokals, 6 European Cups / Champions Leagues. The list goes on and on and on. The biggest club in Germany, one of the biggest clubs in Europe. But would I put my money into such a huge club? Did I buy this shirt from the club shop, or did I buy it from DH bloody Gate? Ladies and gents, if you're wondering why I'm not hanging the shirts outside and it's a little bit noisy here at Football Paradise HQ. Oh, typical English day, absolutely tipping it down. In order to throw you off a little bit, I decided to not just buy home shirts, but the question still remains, is this real or is this fake?
My lover's got no money, he's got a strong belief, free from desire.
Union Berlin, a club many fans consider to be the only true East German club in the Bundesliga. No offence, RB Leipzig. Union Berlin, ladies and gents.
It's a beautiful day.
Rather than hearing me go on about this shirt, let's ask an actual Holstein Kiel fan and fellow YouTuber, Neela. So we have a Kiel fan, Neela. I want to see if this is like the real thing, mate.
I think from the back it looks good. I got it from last season, so you can't.
Yeah, it's the badge, isn't it? Ah, nice.
But from the back it looks real. The badge is this white circle isn't there.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
close.
Yeah, tricky good.
Cheers, mate. So Neela isn't too convinced that this shirt right here is a real, genuine article. But ladies and gents, you'll get to examine this shirt further, as in about a week's time we're going to be in Kiel for the game between Holstein Kiel versus Union Berlin. So, Eintracht Frankfurt, they were German champions in 1959. They've won 5 DFB Pokals. As a reminder, that's like the German version of the FA Cup. They're 2-time UEFA Cup / Europa League winners. They won it a couple of years ago, didn't they? Eintracht Frankfurt, they're flying at the moment in the Bundesliga as they're filming this. Shout out as well to my mate Ben, who is an Eintracht Frankfurt fan, a Frankfurt native. Ladies and gents, I can confirm to this point right here, including this shirt, we've had at least one real shirt. And also you might have noticed me avoiding the size on the actual tags as well. I've been putting my finger over the size because if you are a regular viewer of the channel or you watch videos like this, you'll know the size will give it away. Right guys, next up we've got 3 of Germany's most hated clubs. Now, would I be that much of an arsehole? Would I actually put my money into any of these 3 clubs? Well, it's time to find out, isn't it, ladies and gents? Hoffenheim, RB Leipzig, Wolfsburg. Are any of these real or are they all fake? Let's take a further look. By the way, this video isn't filmed on different days. This just shows you guys overseas how unpredictable and how much our English weather changes. It's beautiful and sunny now. Not that you care. Speaking of Wolfsburg, they're not really hated. It's probably unfair to put them in the same category as RB Leipzig or even Hoffenheim. They are disliked though, similar to Bayer. A lot of us Brits are unaware of the dislikeness of Leverkusen and Wolfsburg. It's because of the association with companies. Obviously, Leverkusen set up by the pharmaceutical company of Bayer, so they're very much like a workers' club from the workers who work at Bayer. In a similar way, Wolfsburg is the same with Volkswagen should I say, VW. It's a club obviously owned by Volkswagen, but also the dislike comes from the fact that these clubs managed to avoid the 50+1 rule because, again, without those companies, they probably wouldn't exist in their current entity. So they're disliked for that reason. Hopefully I've explained that right. But if I just quote, I've got a quote next to me written down. If I quote an actual Wolfsburger, someone who lives in the area, as to why why they don't really get much local support either. He's basically said the club lacks character and history, 2 things you simply can't buy. Debatable if you're a fan of the Premier League. And the city lacks people who have roots that go deeper than 80 years. An artificial club for an artificial city. Ladies and gents, all that doesn't matter though. All we care about is this shirt real or is this shirt fake? whereas Wolfsburg kind of are a bit more disliked than hated, it's a bit different with Hoffenheim. They are maybe not quite as hated as RB Leipzig, but their owner, Dietmar Hopp, definitely is very disliked, very hated in German football. You often see like tifos and banners in the crowd of like gun targets on his face. Yeah, not a very liked person in Germany, because Dietmar Hopp, basically, he did play for Hoffenheim, which is his kind of local village club, or was his local village club. You can't really refer to them as a village club anymore, can you? Well, I suppose they are. Hoffenheim is a village in Germany, and he basically ploughed loads of money into them. His money coming from SAP, and basically took them through the leagues, but it wasn't such a romantic story like a Heidenheim or someone like that. This was definitely a similar kind of story to the RB Leipzig story. He took a team which had no business being anywhere near the Bundesliga, but now they are a Bundesliga mainstay, competing for European places, doing really well, whether people in Germany or around the world like it or not. That's why Hoffenheim are disliked. They obviously avoid the 50+1 rule as well. Ladies and gents, with all that said, is this shirt real, or did I buy a fake? Let us know.
Bad boys, what you want, what you gonna do when they come for you, bad boys?
I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much right now.
Now, you don't need me to tell you how disliked, more so hated, RB Leipzig are. Similar to Hoffenheim, but not one single man in Dietmar Hopp, an actual company in Red Bull, came along and took a lower league club all the way to the Bundesliga, injected loads of money into them. But unlike Hoffenheim, they did it in almost like an MK Don style rebrand. They took a club, completely changed the colours, the name and so on. But I don't even think they took over the club, did they? They took over the spot in the league. So they basically bought a spot in the German league system and took them up. But that makes no difference, ladies and gents. What you need to know, or what you need to think about, is whether I've done the unthinkable. Take a look at this shirt. In a stark contrast to those previous few clubs, FC St. Pauli are different, are unorthodox in their own way. Now, we've recently made a couple of videos at the Milan tour, so check those out on the channel. But in those videos, you'll have seen, or you subscribers will know already, that I actually own both a real and a fake FC St. Pauli shirt. One off DH Gate and one from the manufacturer, the shop, whatever. But ladies and gents, the one I've got on right now, is this one the real one, or is this one the fake one? Real or fake? What do you reckon? Let us know in the comments below. Heidenheim, a town of just around 50,000 people, a small place who around 20 years ago were playing in the 5th tier of German football, but last season played their very first season in the Bundesliga, and they didn't just manage to survive, they finished 8th, meaning this season they're playing European football. And unlike teams like Hoffenheim, for example, this was done without major financial backing, so their story is looked at a little bit more romantically than, for example, a Hoffenheim or an RB Leipzig. But ladies and gents, is this a fake? Next up, Russia. Mönchengladbach. Hello? Hello? So that sunny weather didn't last long, and I did not want to ruin what is an absolutely gorgeous shirt. Borussia Mönchengladbach. Ironically, I'm sat here next to a Manchester United shirt, which is ironic because, if you didn't know already, Borussia share a friendship, a fan friendship with Liverpool, Manchester United's arch rival. That came off the back of competitiveness during the 70s, fighting for European gold. Of course, Mönchengladbach were really successful in the 70s. They're struggling a little bit in the Bundesliga so far this season, but a massive, massive club. The shirt's nice. I love the club. It's just a little bit of a shame they are friends with these guys. We won't hold that against them. Ladies and gents, is this gorgeous shirt real or bloody fake?
Werder Bremen, Lebensland grün-weiß. Werder Bremen.
So Werder Bremen, as you know, we recently did a stadium tour at the Weserstadion. So if you want to know a little bit more about the history of Werder Bremen, have a little nosy around their ground, make sure you do check out that video. But that raises the question, as we spent a night in Bremen, did, during that time, we buy a shirt from the shop or somewhere like that? Is this real? Is this fake?
Some still fighting to smoke and steam.
As you know full well, I don't have favourites on the channel.
Life is better.
I'm very much a neutral when it comes to German football.
I know you're no beauty.
No ties to one particular club. Now this is the 15th shirt today. I'm not sure if I've mentioned VfL Bochum before, but here we are. They're a club in the Bundesliga, guys. We've got to give them some love as well. Got to speak about everyone fairly. 15 shirts so far, and as you know, there are 18 Bundesliga clubs. So we've missed out Stuttgart, Freiburg, and Mainz. But don't worry, as I said earlier, we're going to do a follow-up video to this, a part 2, featuring those teams, but also featuring the shirts that are real, that might have a fake counterpart. Also here at Football Paradise HQ, we're going to do a comparison between real and fake shirts. So we may as well start right now with Bochum. Let's start with Bochum. This shirt right here. Ladies and gents, do you think this is real or fake? You know, we've been to the Ruhrstadion recently. Did I buy a shirt there? Did I buy a shirt elsewhere? For example, DH Gate. Well, technically, I've got both. I've got both a real and a fake. I've not got both. I've ordered both. This one right here is a real shirt. Come on. It's a real VfL Bochum shirt made by Mizuno. It fits really nicely. It's a lovely shirt. But as I said, I did order one off DH Gate and it still hasn't arrived. Over 6 weeks later, it's still not come. But if it does, as I said in part 2, we'll compare this shirt, the real one, versus the fake one, along with some of the others I've got today. So ladies and gents, let's take a look at some of the other shirts we featured today and let you know which ones are real and which ones are fake. Ladies and gents, I've got the results in my hand behind the camera. Before we get onto all of these, let's head through here and finish up where we left off, or where we started, should I say. We started with Borussia Dortmund, didn't we? Now, if you are a subscriber, as I said, we've done a video including these shirts before. I said there's more than one real shirt, more than one fake shirt. So, out of the 4, excluding the Hertha Berlin shirt, and got the rivals over there, Schalke. Of course, this over here, I've worn it a lot on the channel. This is a genuine shirt off, DH Gate, off Classic Football Shirts. It's an away one from 95, 96, I believe. But the home over here, the home, we did say in a previous video, it's quite a poor copy. The badge is a little bit off. The colour is a little bit off. I mean, to the naked eye from a distance, it's probably all right. So a real and a fake. This over here, the current one, I think you'll probably guess this one right as well. This is a fake. I think the badge does give them away, doesn't it? A little bit sloppy stitching around the badge, but it's not awful by any means. However, this one over here, again, if you did see the Borussia Dortmund Westfalenstadion tour we did earlier on in the year, it was pretty close to the celebrations of 50 years at the Westfalenstadion, and to mark that occasion, they released this beautiful kit. It's got the tags. It's a large. Again, I mentioned it would give it away if I showed you the size, because DH Gate ones, we tend to order 1 or 2 sizes up. Not the case on the real shirt, a large, and what a beautiful shirt it is. It's the real deal. Came in this lovely box, this lovely packaging. I think that's a Puma thing, possibly. I think Man City ones come in the same sort of packaging from the official Dortmund club shop. We've got that one out of the way. Let's move on. Let's move on to the current Deutsche Fußballmeisters, the current German champions. Of course, over here, Bayer Leverkusen. Now this is a really good version because it is, again, a fake. They've done well with the badge, and I do have a basis of comparison because I'm sorry to have to drop my cax, but these are official shorts. I think they were last season's shorts, possibly the season before. But this detailing, this kind of texture is exactly the same on the shorts as it is on this fake shirt. Pretty much identical. So you do find with these retailers like DHgate, they tend to get the, I say bigger because Leverkusen aren't exactly a huge club, but the more well-known, successful clubs tend to get a little bit extra treatment when it comes to the detailing on the fake shirts. So there we go, 2 fakes from the 24-25 collection so far. Moving on, what we got here? The next one, Augsburg, wasn't it Augsburg? I better just pick my trousers back up, 2 seconds. Now Augsburg over here, made by Mizuno. Mizuno. It's a really nice shirt. I really like this. It feels good. But again, I don't know if it's just me. The badges are what gives them away. We've got, again, I can do a comparison in a moment because we have got a real Mizuno shirt. I know I've given it away already, haven't I? Bochum's is real. So if we just feel this logo, it's embroidered, it's stitched on. Again, they might do fan and authentic versions. They might do different versions. But if you compare it to the Bochum one, you've got the heat pressed feel. Really does feel different. Again, to the naked eye from a distance, this could probably get away with being with a real shirt, but actually close up when you feel them, there is quite a difference still. Then we went over to their neighbours, Bayern. Now again, you OG subscribers might have seen me wearing this before. Harry Kane on the back. We said the bigger clubs get a bit of extra special attention, and this is the case because you've got the heat pressed stuff, the sponsor feels good, everything about this shirt feels authentic and genuine, but it's not a real shirt. They've all been fake to this point, which means the next shirt is a real authentic shirt. Now I tried to throw you off a little bit with this one because of course I bought the Union Berlin away shirt rather than the first or the third. Now there is a story behind this because I did order a fake Union Berlin shirt to begin with, but it's one of those shirts which hasn't turned up. I ordered the third shirt, which you might have saw when we had a little wander around the stadium at the Old Foresters house in Berlin when we were there for the Euros. The third kit is, I'll be honest, is pretty awful in my opinion. It's quite a niche. It looks a little bit like a Ronald McDonald kit, but I thought spending minimal money on DHgate, I'd go for that third one. It's not turned up. Hopefully it does, and we can look at it in part 2. But this away, for me, is lovely. It's something you can wear out and about. It doesn't look too tacky. Really is a classy shirt, and it does bear a lot of resemblance to this shirt. All right, so they're not as similar as what I thought they were. This is an FC Toronto shirt, a Canadian team who play in the MLS. It's been a long video, guys. This is a fake shirt. This is a real shirt. I know they're not that similar, but here's a little basis of comparison. We mentioned about the badges as well. Of course, Union do 2 different types. They call it like a slim fitted shirt and then like a regular baggy shirt, which I translate into player and fan versions. I'm not too sure, but I'm guessing this is the fan version. Even though the prices were exactly the same, you've got an embroidered Union Berlin logo as opposed to a heat pressed one. Love that shirt, absolutely beautiful. And again, we're going to be at Holstein Kiel versus Union Berlin in a couple of weeks, so I can't wear this shirt. I'm in a Kiel end, but it's lovely, it's stunning. So moving on, and speaking of Holstein Kiel, the one over here, I think I pretty much gave it away when I spoke to Neela. That is a fake. He was quite impressed with how similar it was to the real thing. Again, we'll see in the game versus Union Berlin. Eintracht Frankfurt. Now you might have noticed this when we did the shots earlier on. I don't know if that's a mistake from DHgate, the manufacturer, somewhere in China possibly. It's like a black kind of star. I don't remember seeing that on the real version. Could be a bit of a mistake. A bit of spillage of ink. It's of course a bloody fake. Wolfsburg over here, a fake. Hoffenheim, a fake. RB Leipzig, of course, a fake. FC St. Pauli, now we've done again a lot of videos on this lot recently, and you know I've bought a real and a fake one, but the one I featured in the video, this one over here, is real. It's a real one. And if we get it down and compare it to the fake, you can see the fake one over there, the colour is way off. On first impression, if I hadn't seen this real shirt, I thought DHgate did a really good job, but the quality of the badge, the 3D-ness of that heat pressed badge, it's a lot different, isn't it, in real life? The sponsor's different and so on. Obviously I mentioned that DHgate didn't send out the third shirt, but I bought this from the official Union Berlin website, And look at this lovely box the shirt came in. Very nice. Mönchengladbach, fake. Werder Bremen, fake. Regardless of real or fake, which of the shirts featured in this video were your favourite? Let us know in the comments below. Remember, we're going to be going to Germany pretty much every month going forward, covering German football, stadium tours, matchday vlogs, of course, part 2, featuring the clubs we've missed today, and visiting those clubs most Brits are completely unaware of. It's going to be good. Subscribe, and auf Wiedersehen.